So friends, in this video I'll show you how to open the loan account and disburse the loan account, prepayment and full closure of the account. The commands are there. To first subscribe to my YouTube channel and press bell icon so that whenever I post a new video you are notified and you can take the advantage. And more important, please log into my website BankTekSkills.com, wherein I've uploaded a lot of videos, live videos on FINACLE and various other topics. Basically, you'll find more videos on FINACLE. So kindly do that. So let's discuss loans. Few commands. Loans are a major source of income for the bank, right? So income is earned through loans is referred as interest income or fund-based income. Lending is usually done based on various assessments parameters like purpose, income, behavior, duration, security, and FOIR, fixed obligation to income ratio, INSR, installment to net salary ratio, LTV ratios, and all that. Different types of eligibilities are there. The interest rate also varies from loan to loan depending on the risk category of the customer and profile of the customer. At times, customers repay loans by depositing ad hoc amount or request for an early closure of the account, that is prepayment. So few terminology I'll be discussing which will be very useful to all of you. So first is EMI, equated monthly installment, which is remains constant throughout the repayment tenure. It consists of both principal and interest component. Each EMI comprises of principal portion and interest portion, right? Rephasement, we have to rephase certain business loans, big loans when things go out of hand and borrower is sincere enough to repay the loan, but there are certain conditions which he cannot control and he is not able to repay the loan, so we rephase his loan. Repayment is as per EMI, borrower ahead of schedule. It can be done partially, fully. He can prepay the loan fully or partially also. Now there is asset classification. If there is a EMI is coming in time, so we call it as asset classification, that is standard. There may be situations where borrowers may default on marking timely payments as security value falls below the accepted limits. Over a period of time, loan portfolio bank acquires a feature where loan accounts require different level of monitoring. Hence, every advance is a bank is classified as a category for the purpose of monitoring, right? Now, everything has a flow system. Every transaction, debit or credit to a loan, is known as a flow. Every flow has a code and which is inbuilt in the system. That is, there is a flow for disbursement, collection, demand, EMI, equated installments, and transfer. Demand, whenever there is any demand for EMI, demand can be for principal amount, interest amount, bank charges demand, other charges demand. That depends on the circumstances. Collection, recovery of amount of a loan account. Transfer, at times loan accounts goes into credit balance. Debit to such loan account is called transfer. Now, what is the process in the FINACLE? I'll show you an overview of that. The first, we have to enter a QFID. Certain banks have reference number has to be generated before opening the loan account. That is, command for that is CBS RAC. Right, it's just a reference number. And in function criteria, you have to drop down, you have to choose add QFID, click on go. Then we have various, these MIS codes have to be entered in the system, right? Category of advance, type of advance, government sponsored schemes, sanction interest, right? Certain fields are free if you want to make other additions later on. After submission, system adds the recovery by generating a sanction reference number, which has to be authorized and entered before a loan account is opened. The command for opening the loan account is HOAACLA for opening the loan account. Then QFID is to be entered, scheme code is to be selected, which type of loan, car loan, home loan, jewelry loan, gold loan, education loan, sanction reference number is entered. Some banks have it. Once the user clicks on go, after entering all the details, record is submitted by clicking on the submit. System displays the result screen in which account number of the newly opened account is reflected. So for modification, the command is HOAACMLA. This menu is used when user submits a record to the supervisor for authorization. So this has to be done. Then verification, you have to enter function as V, enter temporary account number, click on go, visit all the tabs like general details, account interest details, loan details, LA interest, payment schedule, refinance and subsidy, MIS codes, document details, account limits, related party details. Maker checker has to visit these tabs even if nothing has to be entered in these tabs. For disbursement, the command is HLADISB. The D for disbursement, enter account ID, selection, transaction type, click on accept, go. Then mode of disbursement, is it cash, transfer, that you have to write. Display the transaction screen and authorized by the checker. HACMLA for subsequently modifying or verifying the modification after modification. HLU pays for unscheduled payment other than EMI. A customer wants to prepay the loan. Right, the payment type, transaction type, cash, transfer entry from the account. TRAN ID is generated which has to be verified. HLASU pay, scheduled pay. Right, this is used when there is a EMI has not been paid in time and customer has come to deposit the EMI. So that is scheduled as per EMI. HLAS pay. User has to select payment type, transaction type in criteria. TRAN ID is generated which has to be verified. And order of charges, the collection would be first the charges, penal interest, interest due, principal due. After any excess amount, principal would be reduced. Then for loans rescheduling, HLARA is the command. R for reschedulement, HLADGEN for generating demand, invoking for knowing how much demand is due in this account, right? And HAICNT, that is for interest, how much interest has been debited, how much interest has been paid, how much interest will be calculated till the final date. All that report is generated here. Then for process of loan at maturity is done by invoking menu option HLAMPTP. After that, menu option, payment type, transaction type, then H payoff to process the loan for closure before maturity. So we have to run this if any charges is remaining, any amount is remaining, right? Then criteria screen to select function, transaction type, account ID for transfer transaction. In the details screen, system gives calculation details of closure amount. What is the closure amount? System prompts user create transaction by clicking on create transaction button. Then TRAN ID is generated which has to be verified by the checker. Then H payoff activity, user has to close the account. It will become 0. HCAACLA function as Z closure. Following many options primarily used for loan inquiries and reports. From HSCLA you can see the balance has been 0 and sanction and drawing power have been reduced to 0. That you can see from HACC BAL. For loan overdue position, HLAOPI. This is for loans which are already running. HLAGI is for various selection criteria to be made by using menu option as HLAGI. So you have a lot of filters there which you can use them. And for generating schedule can be done through HLASH. So this is the video on total loan, and I'll be sharing a lot of videos. I hope you are subscribing to my YouTube channel, and please visit my website. There are a lot of videos, live videos on FINACLE on this my website. There you will have a lot of benefit. It will more nicely explained. Each field is very nicely explained system wise, so that you will be benefited. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share it with your friends and colleagues, and don't forget to press a bell icon and join my website. Thank you.